All right, we are live. Hopefully we have this thing set up correctly. We shall see. We shall see. We'll see who, if anyone tunes in here. But yeah, we don't really do this very often, so pretty excited to do it. Dive in, try and find some player props. Make sure everything's sounding okay. Check a few things here. Cool. All right, I think we're up and running. But we'll go ahead and dive into some player props, like I said, as we kind of get going. Feel free to drop anything you guys are thinking in the chat. We'll wait for some people to hop in here before we continue looking up. But yeah, we are live. Start digging around here. A couple plays that we looked into for today, at least. So far on the YouTube video, we have a couple plays that we can talk about. The Hawks, man. The Hawks is a wild one. The Hawks kind of came out of nowhere on the show today, so who knows? Who knows if we should have rolled with that? We shall see. We've been absolutely ice cold. So anyone watching, you guys have tuned in to the pick shows during the day. We've been cold. We've been absolutely cold. Can't deny that. Can't deny it whatsoever. But yeah, so far in terms of final plays, and we had some fun with the thumbnail earlier today here, but we have so far in the final plays, we're looking at Cam Johnson over 4.5 boards. It's a long shot, not a long shot, but it's a plus money play. Hawks +4, Mavs +3.5. And I want to lock in a Celtics same game parlay. We might do that as we wait for some people here to kind of to join up. But why don't we do that? I'm going to look at the Celtics same game parlay with the Kings here, excuse me, because that was what I was originally looking and hoping to roll with. But the Celtics lines, man, they came out so late. So maybe we can build it together right now. We'll see. But yeah, if you guys are watching, if you guys want to throw any parlays or any plays or any player props, mainly player props, I guess, into the comments, we'll kind of go through and we'll suss it out. So go ahead and throw that in there if you guys want to check out or want me to check out any player props. But we have sort of what we want to roll with in today. And yeah, you can see now they finally have some Celtics player props. So we'll open up, I want the best deal here. So do MGM, they're good too, but we'll start on DraftKings to start building this, because I tried to build this earlier, and again, it was the Celtics plays just weren't available because of the lines. But now, if we look at the starting lineup here, I believe Porzingis, where's he at? Porzingis has been ruled in. So we have Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser, and Porzingis. If you guys can't see that, Tatum is out, but to me, it's like, okay, well, he wasn't really on the list for my parlay anyway. So let's go ahead and keep sort of building this, I guess. We're not gonna be live for too long. The games are pretty soon, but do this for a little bit. And then we wanted, let's see, we have our same game parlay player identifier here that we put together. TJ, what's up, my man? We're building the same game parlay here, just trying to go through it. So we identify Fox, Holiday, White, and Brown. Brown's points are going to be probably crazy now, but they're probably at least worth looking at is, 20 plus. Going to be, pretty juiced up, obviously. But yeah, De'Aaron Fox 20 plus, De'Aaron Fox 2+ threes, 20 plus for his alt points. I like as well. So let's put this in, that way we can get it in the YouTube comments, and then we'll start digging into some player props, right? So if you guys are dropping some player props, I'm happy to kind of go through and let's analyze some of these props, right? So drop your favorite plays of the day. I see Moritz there dropping some plays. We'll go through some of those. But yeah, let me finish this up. Like I said, we're using our sort of process here. So we got Fox, and this is just using weaknesses and whatnot. We have a video in the on the channel. It's the one that's pinned to the channel if you guys want to go check it out to kind of go through this breakdown, but kind of identifying where the weaknesses are. So maybe if we get a Drew Holiday rebounds line in here, if we go to Outlier, let's see how Drew Holiday does rebounding the ball, because I want to get obviously the best line, but let's see what we got. So Let that load. Drew Holiday is definitely, if we flash back to this, over the last 15 games, the Kings allowing the most rebounds to the point guard position. So we want to try and identify some Drew Holiday lines as this loads. But let's go ahead and see. Just saw it pop up. Holiday. Drop your props in the comments, guys. We might be, we'll go through some of them if we can keep up. Is his line really set? Is his, oh, rebounds and assists. I just read that as rebounds. I was like, what? I think that glitched for a second. Maybe not. 6.5. Okay, so if we can get him, and where's he been? Right around that 4 number. Can we get him for like 4+ rebounds? Drew Holiday? 5+. It turns us into only a -140. I don't really love that, but there is also the Derek White aspect of this. But let's go ahead and flip over to FanDuel and see what we're looking at here for the same game parlay. If you're just joining us, guys, go ahead, drop some player props. We'll go through them in just a second. I know I'm a broken record saying that, but Kristaps Porzingis ruled in, Tatum ruled out. We now have the starting lineups of the Celtics and Kings, which if you guys watched today's video was sort of what I wanted to get into it and wanted to do a same game parlay for. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. So we'll start with player points. I like De'Aaron Fox tonight. Just 20+. These are alt line, guys. Keep that in mind. That -3,000, we'll strip it out later, see if it really makes any bit of a difference. I also like him 2+ threes, and we've already done the legwork. Like I said, Fox, the Celtics over the last 15 allowing the 3rd most points to point guards and the number one in 3-pointers allowed to point guards. So we like this spot, but I don't think that these odds are really going to be all that great. So we'll see as we kind of go through it here. But let's see. We also liked Jaylen Brown 20+, right? So yeah, these odds are looking pretty damn shot. Player rebounds, if we get, I want the 4+ for Drew. That's a good one, and that's gonna make it 156, which doesn't seem all that great. If we go to MGM, we want to price around, obviously, guys, right? Like, we want to get the best line here, but we don't want to be too greedy. Like, I'm not willing to... And yes, if you watch my video, we go heavy on the alt line sometimes for these same game parlays. So, yes, obviously, I'm like, oh, well, De'Aaron Fox, 20 points. Like, no kidding. That should be a lock. Should be the key point. 20+. Let's see. We'll get to his 3-pointers made here. De'Aaron Fox over 1.5. Jaylen, we want 20+ as well. Okay, 250. Now, if we get to rebounds here, what is Drew Holiday at? If we have to take him at 5, we have to take him at 5. It's better odds. Same exact thing already built on DraftKings is -140. It's better over on BetMGM. You can see -125. Maybe we add one more thing in. Derek White, Sacramento, we have here, right? Derek White looks like points could be a good spot for him. I'll make this bigger so you guys can see it, but points, Sacramento over the last 15, averaging the 4th most points allowed to the shooting guard position. Do we go points, guys? Do we go points here? It's going to be a 5-legger for odds that aren't all that crazy, but Derek White for 12 turns us into +110. 15 turns us into +150. Oh, that is tough. All right, so Drew Holiday 4, or do we have 5 in there, right? Drew Holiday 5. We're already getting risky, so let's go Derek White 12 if we need to. Drew Holiday in terms of rebound chances over his last, let's say over his last 7 games. I love doing these behind the scenes things, guys. Drew Holiday averaging 9.6 rebound chances, averaging just over half of those. He's the second line here. Oh, I wish we had 4. Let's see what the odds come out to if we keep going with this. So we'll do 12. Ooh, 12+ rebounds. Oh, we want points. We'll do 12. What can we get for points? 10+ with Derek White. 132 for 5 legs. That ain't worth it. That ain't tickling the fancy. But if we go here. All right, we have 2 parlays in question right now. It's Drew Holiday or Derek White. Who do we get more greedy on? Our MGM slip for +110. We're getting more greedy on Holiday. Our FanDuel slip, we're getting more greedy on Derek White. What do you guys think? Derek White or Drew Holiday? Drew Holiday, Rebounds here, it looks like 5. You know, if we set this to his alternate line, by the way, this is Outlier, guys, link in the description. He's grabbing 5 here left and right. He's done it in 79% this year. Now let's see Derek White, 15 plus points. Or do we just go greedy on both of them? Do we just big D this thing? Derek White should have an uptick. We'll look at his numbers without Jason Tatum as well. But his line, we're looking for him over 14.5, right? 52% of games this year. Let's see, if Tatum's not in the lineup, we might have to go back to last year for some of this. Tatum's not in the lineup. We got nothing this year. Last year, he hit it in 50. Okay, so I don't think he gets the biggest of scoring upticks. You know, guys, we'll go conservative here, I guess. We're going to hope for Drew Holiday 5+ boards and Derek White 12+ points, I guess. Or do we go super pussing out here and look at Derek White points? We'll do 10+ over on FanDuel we have. What do we think of that? You think that's too, you know, like I said, pussification? 5 legs minus 131. I think it's probably a little bit too meh. Plus 128. What's this one? If we go Derek White. 4+ rebounds. I see that. 15. So, okay, we got Derek White for 12 points in this one. You guys see, we're making updates here. Plus 110. All right, we're swinging the bat with this one, guys. We're swinging the bat with this one. So our same game parlay here is going to be De'Aaron Fox 20+, 2+ made threes for him, Jalen 20 points, Drew Holiday 4+ points, then Derek White 15+ points. Little risky. I feel it. Little bit risky, but we're gonna roll with it here. So we're placing that one, and we'll make sure to notify that, or to notify you guys in the pin comment here. That's a plus 128 5-leg. Do I love it? Not exactly. Not exactly, but we just kind of put that together pretty quickly. Put that together pretty quickly. All right, let's jump into some of your plays here, guys. All right, we're reading the chat, seeing what you guys are looking at. We'll start towards the top. RJ Davis over, that's college. We're not doing college today. I'm in Massachusetts too, so I can't bet college player props. All right, Jeremiah says Obi for 10 points minus 150. Let's dig in and see what we got here. First off, what position are we looking at here? Pacers, Obi Toppin starting at power forward. Important to note, guys. See if we can find some plays to lock in too, you know what I mean? So Obi Toppin, we're on Outlier, makes things super quick. Points. So his line, I think is high. What is his line at? 10.5. Okay, so if we make it 9.5 for minus 150, he's hit in 7 of his last 10, Jeremiah. This season, he's hitting 62%. Power forwards on the year, allowing the 16th, Charlotte against power forward, 16th most points. I like to use Fantasy Pros as well to kind of get more of a granulated approach here. Last 15, last 7, that type of thing. Charlotte allowing the 4th most points to power forwards in the last 15. In the last 7, same thing. All right, I think we found one, Jeremiah. I give that the stamp of approval. The only thing we can be concerned with, right? If you look at this, it's a 9.5 point spread. Indiana coming off a pretty, bad loss to the Clippers too. Like, are they just like, oh shit, like we just have to bounce back and blow this team out, and then Toppin gets less minutes? Just to give us some peace of mind here, let's say he only plays 25 minutes or so. Definitely drops off a little bit. But that being said, we're talking hypotheticals there, so I don't necessarily hate it. He's averaging 24-ish minutes on the year, but it definitely looks like he hits in terms of when it's super correlated to his minutes. And then the last time they played, he had 11. So you know what? Don't hate Obi Toppin 10+ points whatsoever. And I apologize, guys, if we're not going to get to everyone's picks here, but definitely keep dropping the comments and hit that like button. What are we doing here, huh? Bunch of you guys in here, no likes? Come on now. Definitely go check out some Fade Me merch as well. But there's tons more people watching than there are hitting that like button. But all right, what else do we got here? Guys, if you notice I'm going on to someone's player prop after you commented it, maybe it'll get out of hand, but just comment it again because we're trying to get through all of these comments here. So we got Mahler saying Buddy Hield over 14.5. Another pacer here, huh? Buddy Hield starting at shooting guard here. Brandon Miller on the coverage. Before we even look at his trends, let's see how Charlotte's been against them. Shooting guards in the last 7. Charlotte is actually covering them pretty well. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 10 or 11. So they're covering pretty well. Last 15. covers him, middle of the pack. Okay, so last 15, it gets a little bit better. On the season here, we can actually look at that through Outlier, but I think it's a little bit interesting. Let's keep going because it's a little interesting that, they're better at covering on the year. So points allowed, we're going to look at the over, right? So you said 14.5. So, okay, so they're on the year, they're allowing the 4th most points to the shooting guard. I don't hate that. He's had sort of, looks like a little rough stint here, playing a bunch of minutes, but his field goals have been down, right? 0% the other night. He only played, well, maybe that's just a glitch in the system or something, but 29% here, 33% here. He had a 14 points, which would cover his normal line. His normal line is 13.5. Would have cashed that. I don't know. This one's a little worrisome. I'm not going to say it's a no, though, Mahler. I'll say that. I see Benton has his under there as well. Anthony Davis, 40-plus PRA coming in from Kai Wildcat fan, Kentucky Wildcat fan. Put that one together as we sound it out. All right, let's look at that. This is going to be an interesting game here from the Lakers and the Bulls side of things because the Bulls are just absolutely red hot, right? But Vucevic, as good as he is, Anthony Davis is the kind of guy and kind of center that, can beat Vucevic because he's a little bit slower. So let's check this out here. We got last 15 against centers. Points, you said PRA, so let's see. We'll just find the Lakers and see if anything's, or the Bulls and see if anything's green here. All right, so it's all dark. That just means they're kind of middle of the pack. You're allowing a lot of assists. All right, so it's not bad. Let's dig into Anthony Davis. And by the way, guys, if you have any ideas for how we should do this or operate, let me know. But yeah, hit that like button. Seriously, if you guys you guys don't realize how much that helps what we're doing here and everything like that. Like, I'll go big screen for this little rant, guys. We're having such a bad NBA run right now. We're still killing it in the NFL, which is great, but NBA is our best sport. And we've had, just go check out the thumbnail from today if you guys aren't aware. We've had a bad run, but you know what, guys? We have to have fun here. We're making videos. We're betting on sports. If you're taking that too seriously, then you're betting too much, right? Always bet what you can lose. We've had 3 years of success here on YouTube in terms of being a profitable sports NBA bettor, right? I'm not worried about a week straight of losses, but it is like you gotta at some point just laugh because it's like the losses we're taking, one after another, after another, after another. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Even this like month span is a sprint, right? When you compare it to 3 years, but we got to bounce back in a big way. But back into Anthony Davis here. By the way, guys, you want to check out Outlier, link in the pinned comment and in the description. It's probably in the description here. 7 days free. This tool is goated. Seriously, 7 days free with the link in the description. He's hit over 40. Okay, so you have him 40 plus. So what are the odds there? That's the juiced. Oh, Franz. Okay. Sorry, you got him in a parlay. Okay, so Anthony Davis, 40 plus, I would take. Franz Wagner here. Okay, that's interesting because he's been a hit or miss guy for me this year, but you got him at 25 plus PRA, right? Sorry, I was looking at Anthony Davis's regular line. If this is an alt line for Anthony Davis, I really don't have much of a problem with it. And Wagner, okay, and what's he getting the start at here? He is getting the start at the small forward position, like usual. Small forwards, Miami, small forwards. Okay. Middle of the pack, I don't hate this at all. Like, I mean, the guys, look at this. He's only not cashed it in 5 spots. Wildcat, I think that's a pretty damn good same game parlay you got there, if that's a parlay. All right, I'm gonna read some of these comments. We'll get back to some picks, guys. I'm all over the place. I know that. Maybe I need a sip of, maybe I need a brewski here. Many people wouldn't even consider this a brewski though, huh? Cheers. But let's see, I'm just going to read some comments before we get back into picks. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. I do think that, I'll be completely honest, in this sports betting industry, blah, blah, like, what's up with people that just have this steel curtain of, like, these are my picks, I need to hide them? If we have internet, if you have a freaking phone in your hands, you should have the same access to everything that everyone has. And, like, why can't we... It sounds like I'm making it more dramatic than it is, but why can't we take down the books together, right? Like, why is it so... earth-shattering in a sense that we're doing a video like this where we're just like spitballing ideas, going through the numbers, flashing to a million different websites. Like, guys, that's what everyone's doing. If you're buying picks off someone, that's what they're doing. You could technically be doing it yourself. So hopefully these types of free videos, because why would I ever charge for that? Look at our record in the NBA last week, right? Why am I charging for picks? But why can't we all just do this ourselves? We should. All right, we'll skip around here and find some more here. Larry Fishman has Keegan Murray 20 plus points. 20 plus points, or at least 20 points, I should say. Keegan Murray, who has definitely been getting involved a little bit more, so credit to him. But still, to me, yeah, look at his last 47 and 25. Still, to me, like, his usage isn't there. It has been. Don't get me wrong. But I don't like him. I don't like confidently betting him, if this makes sense. He sits in the corner plenty, but you got to look at this number and say plus 170. I'm kind of on board, Larry. Like I don't love the pick. I'll be honest with you. But for a game that has a close spread here and a high total, and let's look at how Celtics are against the power forward position. You got to remember, no Tatum tonight. So I guess this isn't going to help us all that much, right? Because no Tatum, but Sam Hauser playing defense on Keegan Murray. Larry, the more we talk about this, the more I'm liking it. Look at the odds, plus 170. Guys, I don't think we're making it like a play or anything, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it whatsoever. All right, we got to update this pinned comment here. What did we get that I think it was plus 126, but got to get this updated. You're literally watching the behind the scenes, guys. I think it was plus 126. Graded during live stream. Let's go. We already picked our ride of the day too as well. Pin that bad boy, and let's get back to picking. This Keegan Murray one has my mind in an absolute pretzel. I'll be completely honest. All right, we're gonna kind of get more recent with likes so that I can talk to you guys in a sense. So if I missed any of your plays, just drop them again, spam the comments, whatever. Just be good about it. Be humans about it, right? Let's see. We got Brenton popping off with Jared Allen under on a double-double. Interesting. What are the odds of that? Let's see. Double-double. We can filter to... I'm telling you guys, this tool is so good. All right. We don't see double-double, but let's see if we can get it the hard way. All right. I don't see his double-double line out there right now. But if it's going to be points and rebounds, right? So let's see. 9 points. He probably is going to hit 10. Rebounds. Hasn't been rebounding the rock all that much this year, huh? He's only hit the over in 32% of games this year. Rebounds is Utah, who... Here's the thing, guys. Let's see if we can pop this up. I could be wrong about this, but let's go to this site. I love this behind the scenes, just you guys watching the gears turn. But here, so this is Utah, right? This is their away record versus their home record. Now, they are, let's try and go through this right now. They're averaging 46.5 rebounds per game, okay? 4th in the NBA. As this is my theory, I think that this drops when they're away. 12th, so still top half of the league, but it definitely drops a little bit. But they're a great offensive rebounding team, which could definitely help that. So, yeah, I mean, rebounds is the stat. Oh, you guys couldn't even see that, huh? We're looking at it right here. Rebounds is obviously the stat that we're going to look at Jared Allen for his double-double. I guess I don't hate that, but be weary there, Brenton, that Jazz let up more rebounds on the road than they do at home. So just keep that in mind. It's Charlotte Pacers third quarter over 125. All right, I don't hate it. It should be an up-tempo game. That's coming in from Mead Anderson. I don't hate it at all. All right. Jeremiah saying run up those likes. Let's run up those likes, guys. What are we sitting at now? I don't think I can. I probably can, but we haven't gone live on YouTube in a hot minute. But let's see what we got. There's almost 100 in the stands, and we only have 26 likes. Come on. That's on you guys. Damn, really? Really? Come on, run up the likes, guys. 100 in the stands. and only 20 likes. Come on. But if you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff, guys. Appreciate the hell out of it. But let's keep it rolling here. Guys, again, apologies that we're kind of just like flying by the seat of our pants here. We'll get this more formatted and everything like that. Hopefully you guys do like the video itself and how it's coming out, or the live, right? So yeah. Hopefully you guys don't mind that it's a makeshift sort of thing here. Let's see what we got here. Allen's a tough take for rebounds. He disappears sometimes. Yeah, so I think that's coming in from Cruz, Jay Cruz. I think that double-double is not a bad look. I just don't know how you can... I don't usually bet under double-doubles, right? It's like you either take it a double-double or you don't take it. So I don't mind it. I do think that you might be looking at his, I guess, like his... in terms of his... lines, like you might just be looking at his under 9.5 rebounds in a sense, right? But let's keep it going here. I saw someone I want to give shout out and credit where it is due. What do we got? Mario coming in with Michael Porter Jr. over 6.5 boards. So I said in today's video, I don't mind Michael Porter Jr.'s spots today, right? If we look at this matchup here against Scotty Barnes, right? Scotty Barnes, really good player, amazing player, young player. The dude's been focusing so much more on the offensive end, which, no kidding, he's starting to hit his stride, right? So I'm like, okay, what if we look at Michael Porter Jr.'s offensive stats? Because Barnes isn't putting the same amount of, I guess, effort into that, other end. And rebounds is a perfect example of, like, he's not going to go bruising around for that. But let's see what we got here. Because 6.5, I'll tell you right now, Mario, like, that's still a high line and still a high number. You could see he has definitely hit this over plenty. Damn, he's been crushing this, huh? This season, he's been smoking this line. Whew. Even 3 of his losses here, he landed on 6. What does he have average for, last 7 here, rebound chances? Okay, so that's one that I don't necessarily like. Now, he's grabbing near 70% of his rebound chances. That's a good thing. But I like to usually have this number doubled what his line is. It's sitting at 10.9. We would need this to be 13, right? This is the first negative thing that I've seen, to be completely honest. But this speaks for itself. And I'll say, to counter what I just said, he's grabbing 68% of his board, so he doesn't need this to be doubled. He doesn't need that to be doubled whatsoever. How did he do against him last time? 6 and 5. That was last year, though. Should I start grading these picks out of 10 in terms of like my confidence? Mario, I give that like a 6 point. How coincidental is this? I'm gonna give that a 6.5. I definitely lean towards pulling the trigger, but there's just a couple worrisome things in terms of volume that I'm like, I don't know about. But we can look at this too. Away games this year. 3 away games. I don't hate it. I just don't think that I pull the trigger on it personally. But guys, if I don't hate something, or if I'm like, yeah, I can't do that, you might want to fade me because of the cold streak we've been on, right? Like come on now. Big money has Boston to win by 5+. I do think that they bounce back, but no Tatum. Derek White, we kind of looked into him already. I see a couple guys commenting here, or a couple people, I shouldn't assume, commenting Derek White. We talked about him. We're taking him 15+ points tonight in our same game parlay. Brenton, yeah. Okay, so if Walker Kessler is playing tonight, which do we have is that confirmed? Because that makes that Jared Allen one look even better, to go back to that. Kessler, yeah, he's getting the start. Yeah, definitely. I think I like that. That dude's a beast. The only thing that I said really worries me is going to be the fact that, they're a different team on the road. But let's see what we got here. Kevin says 3 guys over 15th for 7 p.m. The 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. games. You want me to give you those? I think we can keep looking through them. I appreciate the hell out of that, though. But yeah, let's do it. We can do it. Do we want to put that in some sort of a parlay? Do we do that for fun, Kevin? 15 points. Okay. I like it. Appreciate your $2 there. Seriously, like I say that with a smile on my face, but I appreciate the hell out of that, guys. And Kevin, shout out to you. We'll pin you. Can I pin this comment? We can like it. I don't know what that does. Let's see. Can we pin this for now until maybe the next? I don't know. Kevin, just know that I appreciate the hell out of it, and I wish I could pin this comment, but I'm not savvy enough to do it. All right, let's do it. Let's find 3 guys for 15 plus points. Let's dig in. We're gonna do it kind of quick. And you're giving me $5. What are we doing? You made him money? You made him money? Pumping some crowd noise for Kevin. Shout out to Kevin there. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. And specifically you, Kevin, tonight. That means a lot. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that for free or for $5. Appreciate that, man. But let's find 3 guys. Kevin's now donated $7. I'm doing what he says, right? We'll see what he we'll see what we got here in terms of 5 guys for 15 plus. So how should we start this? Let's do this. Let's use Outlier. Let's totally just use Outlier and say, let's run with it. All right, we're going to go points. I like guys that have hit in their last 5 here. And then we're going to go over. All right, we're cooking. Now we need 15 plus, right? And we want good matchups. So all of a sudden, we're already looking at these things cooking like this is tough, right? Aaron Gordon, is he playing? Did he get ruled in? I know we were waiting on Aaron Gordon. Let's see. I really wish we could pin that comment from you, Kevin, so anyone coming in also knows that, you know, we're trying to find this. But just know that I wish I could. Guys, drop some guys for 15 plus. That's what we want here. Give some ideas and we're gonna look in for it. You're not made of money, you're just eating rice for dinner. Well, now I can afford dinner, so appreciate it. All right, let's see. We got D'Angelo Russell's one that I see. I don't hate that. We'll actually add these right in on Outlier, guys, and we can show you how the tool works as well. I know I'm pushing the shit out of Outlier, but like, if you watch me and you've watched for a while, I do not promote stuff I don't use myself, and I use Outlier every single day, obviously. All right. We're looking at his over 14.5 points. So dude hasn't hit it in quite some damn time, huh? Chicago, technically the best defense against point guards. Biz, we sure about this one? I don't know if we're locking this one. And unless, I'll say this, unless Chicago's like bottom 3, so they're here when we go to point guard in a second, I don't think we consider this one. Chicago. Nah, they're second best in the last 7. All right, D'Angelo Russell off the board. I don't hate it. All right, let's keep going. We have Jalen Green, 15 plus. That could be an interesting one. All right, what do we got? Jalen Green, 15 plus. We're going to make it a parlay, guys, so just keep that in mind. So it doesn't need to be a guy that has his line there. Ooh, Jalen Green has not looked all that great doing this, right? What's his matchup tonight against the Hawks? It should be a high-paced game. DeJounte Murray, not the best defender. Shooting guards this year, they're allowing the 5th most. All right, we might be onto something here, my man. Shooting guard points, Hawks allowing, where are they at? Last 7, they're not as great. Last 15, the second most points though. Okay, we'll put him in the on the burner for now. Okay, we're adding that to picks. I like Jalen Green. If we can't find 3 other ones, then he could make it here. I don't mind it. I'm seeing maybe Green is off now. Hold on, am I missing something? Green got a dream matchup. Jalen Green, good matchup, solid odds. Hayward for sure, let's roll. Kevin, maybe Green is off. You don't like Green? Oh, you got Green. Okay. Do we look? Okay, you want Gordon Hayward, so we'll ride with you. You're the one donating here, right? So Hayward, I've seen everyone on Hayward. I saw the comment there too. But rightfully so, I guess. Rightfully so. And again, I see, you know, Gordon Hayward's line is 16.5, but we can use alternate lines here and hopefully get some sort of a parlay involved. So I don't hate this spot. It's kind of a dream matchup for him as well in a fast-paced game. Sure, give it to me. Right now, parlays for this, we'd be looking at -110, -101 over on DK. So we need one more, by the way. This is what I was showing you, right, about how great this is, this tool. Give me one more, guys. We need one more. Do we have it yet? Hayward for sure. Okay. Consensus for Hayward here. Kobe White. Do we just roll with the guy that's been cashing constantly? I see that coming in from Meat Anderson. Or is that going to be juiced through the moon? Like, does this even help our parlay? 1,000. Let's see. If we even add this, does it help our parlay at all? It's only, nah, plus 110. I mean, that's plus money right there for something that seems like it could be a lock. So if you want to go find this on FanDuel with some alt lines, I don't hate this, guys, but I think we want a little bit more juice. So I like that. We need a safe pick there. I shout out to you, Mead Anderson, but I think we need a little bit more gusto behind this. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Hold on, guys. I want to tweet out what we're doing here, all right? Give me a second. All the behind the scenes. You guys are seeing me log in and stuff. Nice. All right. Probably misspelled the crap out of that like we seem to always do. I don't know what we're doing now. Ooh, I got to check those DMs, boys. Had 3 DMs over there on Twitter. Not a big deal. All right, Cam Thomas is a good call from John, but John, did we already use yours for Jalen Green? I like it. We'll look into it, but we got to get more involved, right? I don't know. John just puts together that'd be so great. Kevin's donating for us to do this, and then we just roll with your picks, John. It's like Kevin should have just paid you. But let's see what we got here. We'll look into Cam Thomas just for fun because I do think the 15 plus from him is a good look. Cam Thomas here. Points. 15 plus. He's had his kind of ups and downs lately too, but again, 15 isn't asking for all that much, but minus 3,000. Nah, too juiced. Ruben saying you should do this more often. I love the channel and think this would definitely be a great community parlay. That's a great call. I mean, we should do this more often. We should for sure. For sure. All right. Tim Hardaway Jr. with no Kyrie. I don't hate that. Let's look at how we're just going to start nipping these in the bud like sooner rather than later if we don't like it, so we don't have to go through it, right? So Tim Hardaway is probably going to get those shooting guard minutes. Let's see how the Clippers are against shooting guards. So they're towards the middle of the pack. All right, don't love that. We'll keep it there for now. Mendy, the ride of the day is over on my Twitter at EvGuyBoston. We had someone in the comments being like, I'm going to cash this one. I was like, all right, bet, let's do it. Dinwiddie or Barrett. Okay, we'll look into those guys, but first, let's just do what I just said. We'll do this quickly. So Spencer Dinwiddie getting the matchup of Jalen Brunson. He's longer than him. I don't hate that. Points allowed here in the last 15. The Knicks are pretty good at it. Not great, pretty good. Last seven. What are they at? Am I missing them? New York. Okay, so let's keep looking at. So Dinwiddie I don't hate, but let's look at RJ Barrett, small forward. Mikal Bridges on him here. Nets. Ooh, did we just find something? Nets on the season allowing the second most points to the small forward position. Their last 7, they're allowing the. Ooh, where'd they go? What, do they just become all-time defenders? All right, 15. Do they still there? That sucks. That sucks that they just like became the best small forward defenders in the world. Let's keep looking into it though. But damn, RJ Barrett his line right now is at 18.5. We go to 14. This might be the move, guys. Look at that. On the season, Outlier has them pegged at the worst defense against small forward position. This might be the move, boys. Let's add it and we see what we got here. Plus 171 on FanDuel, plus 171 on DraftKings. Let's do DraftKings just for fun. Guys, one click of the button, we're going into DraftKings now too. I think I don't know what I got in my DraftKings account for balance here. I think we got a lot going in DraftKings today, just overall. Let's see what we got here. What do we put on in here? Just, you know, 20 bucks or something. It's a parlay long shot. 10, 20 bucks are fun. That was an awesome idea. So shout out to Kevin, guys. Kevin donated $2 and then $5 and said, hey, let's go 3 players for 15 plus points. We did just that, and I appreciate that we did it. Why did I delete those? You guys watched me go into DraftKings and delete those picks from my slip. That's the whole point of how great Outlier is. It literally puts them in your slip, right? Let's throw 20 bucks on it. All right, we're in. plus, what do we get there? Plus 171 odds, I believe. Is it plus? Yeah, plus 171. All right, we're in with that parlay. We got Jalen Green, Gordon Hayward, and RJ Barrett, 20+ points. Let's see. I think I can share this to you guys for you guys to actually put this in yourselves. Don't know how that necessarily works. You can try clicking that. It's not spam. I think that puts all the picks and outlier together, and then you don't even need an outlier account. You can literally click either the FanDuel or DraftKings button at the bottom of that if you want to go check it out. By the way, I think it just got bumped to 173 on FanDuel, so we picked the wrong book. But nonetheless, still don't really hate it whatsoever. All right, good call, guys. We had Barrett, Gordon Hayward, and Jalen Green. Shout out to Kevin again. Who else should we look into here, guys? Now that we have the parlay in. And should we count, I'll ask this, should we count the parlays towards our, win-loss or record like that in terms of our plays? Because I don't think so. I think we're doing that just for fun. Win or loss, I don't think we should count that. I don't think we should count that, I guess. Does that link work? Does that link work, guys? If you click it, if you want to tail this, if you want to ride with it, or if you want to just let me know if that link works. Does that link work for that? Yeah, I agree, John. I agree. All right, good call. I like that. No way. Cha-ching or chasing the bag comes in. Lost an 11 leg plus. I can't even count that high. Plus 3,216 by 1. Giannis. Dude. That is brutal. Damn. Yeah, Kevin, you say, don't count anything. It'll mess up your stats or I'll mess. Dude, my stats are messed up. Have you seen my NBA picks recently? Are we kidding me? Those stats are messed up right now. We'll bounce back, though. I'm confident in that. Confident in that. All right, what else we got here, guys? Drop some player props. We're still digging. We probably won't put any more parlays in. But down to talk some player props for what? 618. I would say we probably got, I don't know. Should we go right up to game time? Probably not. Maybe we'll go until 6:50, 6:45 Eastern time. We can keep, so here's the thing. I want to clarify, because Ruben, maybe I misspoke here. I'm talking about counting it towards my final plays for my YouTube videos and my record on the season. We could definitely keep track of it in terms of a community play, or like the community is X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 right? I'm just saying for my personal plays, I don't think so, because it's kind of an aggregate, right? All right. Adrian, we'll get to that. Reggie, and then we'll get to Reggie, who? Am I missing? Probably an obvious one, too. I'm just like, huh? All right, 9.5 for him. I don't hate this. Toronto's good at covering the point guard on the year. How many minutes are we looking at? So his minutes are kind of questionable, but the dude I know will get in there and shoot, right? 12, 10, 13. He's averaging plenty of shot attempts. I don't hate it, Adrian. I don't hate it. Looks like the volume's there. In terms of against point guards here, Toronto, are they locking point guards up? Last 15, yeah, last 7. So they definitely a tough matchup, but the volume should be there for him. Mendy saying Sengun under 5.5 assists. Well, we'll start with his potential assists, and let's see how many he's averaging. Ooh, is that a line? So 8 potential. That's usually that's a number I love to see doubled too. Sengun, man, is that a line? Because I like that under just from the volume right there. 5.5. It is a little juiced, but I don't hate that play at all, man. I don't hate that play at all. Listed at the center today, Clint Capella. I don't think he's gonna be able to go around Clint Capella, right? He's not gonna be able to. He's gonna have to dish it off or anything like that. How are the Hawks at covering the assists to centers? 3rd best on, 5th best. Learned how to count, Ev. 5th best on the year. In their last 7. I guess it changes up a little bit. They're letting up a bunch, but still not that many. Alfie Sengun, under 5.5 assists. I don't hate it all, Mendy. Not at all. Let's see. All right, reading these comments. Yeah, Adrian, I was dumb. I was like, Reggie who? I was like, how many Reggies are there really in the NBA? And I got outlier. I could just type in Reggie and it would pop up. So appreciate that, but that was just dumb of me to be like, Reggie who? Like, can you give me his government and his social security number? All right, let's see. Grant Williams rebounds and assists. Oh, I hate Grant Williams. I hate him, guys. If you don't know, this channel was really started with like Celtics content and whatnot. I'm a huge Celtics fan. Hate me later if you don't like that. But Grant was never on my love list. But 5.5 here, not that. He's trending down. Nothing here jumps off the page. The only thing I would say, to your point, is that if you like the over, that's a damn low line. That's a damn low line. Like, look at this. He's literally hit this probably. Yeah, he's hit this with assists and rebounds alone this season at times. So don't necessarily hate it. Don't necessarily hate it whatsoever. All right, we're trying to catch up, guys. If I'm missing, again, I'll say it again. If I'm missing your comment, or you're like, hey, I commented a player prop and now you're reading someone else's that commented after me, just comment it again. Be civil about it, though. Don't spam, right? But, yeah. Martha says Grant Williams is the reason y'all beat Miami last year. Well, how'd that work out for the Celtics? All right, what do we got here? Get some more player props. I saw an Embiid one that looked kind of enticing. This is coming from Mitch. Embiid over 1.5 3-pointers made. Let's see what Joel's got from the 3 standpoint. Guys, I do appreciate the likes. I appreciate everyone watching. But we still don't have as many likes as we do people watching. We got near 150 in the stands, right? And only 50 likes. Huh? So that means 100 of you guys hate my guts? Damn, I take offense to that. I have to chug a beer for that. Definitely have a burp coming pretty soon. But let's look at Embiid's over 1.5 3-pointers made. That's coming in from Mitch, right? Yep. So the thing with Embiid, his volume has been down this year, right? Look at this volume. If he's only going to take 3 in a game, I don't like it. I'll say that. But looks like he's taking a little bit more, right? Look a couple high numbers here. Minnesota allowing the 4th. So if he gets the Gobert matchup, I like this. If Towns, because you guys know, I don't know if you know, but Embiid and Towns hate each other. They got in a fight in a game, what was it, a couple years ago, right? Literally, like, Towns put him in a headlock. If it's the Towns matchup, I don't like it as much because I think Towns will follow him out to the 3-point line. But if Gobert's covering Embiid, I could see Embiid being like, why am I going to go in against one of the best shot blockers in the league? I'm going to do what I'm best at and be able to pick apart an opposing center based on how I can play. So, depending on the matchup, I don't hate it, man. I don't think it's something I'd pull the trigger on, if that makes sense. But, like, there's nothing here that's telling me, like, red flag, don't take this, you know? Like, I can't lie and be like, you know, I also can't predict the matchup. But yeah, I don't hate it. John says Derek Jones under 4.5 rebounds. All right, let's see. We have Derek Jones, correct. 4.5 rebounds. This is like the only stat I probably would bet on him on too. Like, I just don't see any consistency elsewhere. Oh, for plus money. Okay, is he getting the start today? Small forward. And they are playing, Dallas is playing the Clips. Is Paul George ruled out yet? No, we bet Dallas today hoping Paul George is out. So we'll see how that goes. But let's see. Small forward rebounds. Clippers, where you at? Nowhere near the top in the last 7. Not terrible in the last 15. Rebound chances for the dude, though. Let's see. 8.3, but he only grabs, so this is a good one, right? He only grabs 40% of his rebound chances, meaning the ball's in his vicinity. And it's not that great with contested either, 45. So under 4.5. Okay, good. I was looking at it over. I'm dumb. You're smart. Okay, I think I'm aligned there. Guys, I promise I can read. Promise I can read, yeah, right. Let's see. Ooh, the Juice thinks that Tobias will be covering Towns. See, I think that, you know, we look at this matchup. Where is this? We got it right here, right? I do think that, you know, you have Kelly Oubre, who's probably going to get the Jalen Dan. Like, why would Kelly Oubre cover Towns, right? That doesn't make sense. So, to your point, it's either Towns or Embiid, but I think that they just kind of shade and shadow Gobert, and Embiid gets Towns today. They hate each other too much. You know, Embiid's that dog that, like, if he hates a guy, he's going to try and lock him up, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. I do think that, you know, if Towns has either one of those guys, I would say this. Actually, screw the matchup, okay? To your point, these guys hate each other. I wouldn't be surprised if Towns and Embiid have good nights tonight because, again, like, they hate each other. And Towns, when Towns gets up and, like, you know, he's get the look in his eye, like, this dude is mellow all the time. When he gets fired up, that dude is unbelievable. I wish he did that more. Like, that's one of the talents that has kind of just gone to waste overall. Like, that dude was so good, 5 years ago? And he just doesn't seem to care, right? Sucks. All right, we're skipping ahead a little bit here. Elder has Jokic, 1 3-pointer made. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see how the Toronto is against 3-pointers to the centers. Okay, they're what, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top 9 in terms of last 15 allowed. Last 7, they kind of disappear. We can even check. I don't want to show this because this is obviously what the members get on the channel. Guys, $2.99 per month. You become a baller on the channel, but we do have player stat projections that I build off models. So we can see how many threes he makes for this one. So where's Jokic at? Jokic, we have him pegged at 0.8, so pretty much there, but not enough. Let's see how he's been trending because Jokic, for as good, I use this term loosely, right? Jokic, for as good of a shooter as he is, and that's what I'm saying, I use it loosely. I know he's not the best of shooters. The dude just doesn't seem to huck him as many times as, you know, maybe he did earlier in his career. Okay, I'll say this, man. I don't hate it. If you already put it in, that's tough because I don't think that I necessarily love this spot just because of this. That minus 150 for a guy that doesn't really have the volume to support it worries me ever so slightly. That's it. Let's see. What do we got here? Scanning the comments. Trolls are trolls. They're gonna troll. You know what I mean? James has Embiid over 5.5 assists. So this is one even right off the bat before I even get going. It's not one that I don't mind this. Okay, I think we got some sort of a glitch here or something. Embiid. Okay. I don't hate it, but like I just said, I think Embiid's gonna have that fire in his eye today. So I'm not sure. Against centers here, Minnesota not allowing many assists. I don't hate it, but Embiid has cooled off in the assist category. Like, look at his last 7 here. Let's see what it is. And I don't have this off the top of my head, so I could be proven wrong right in front of you. Right? We need 6 assists. He's only averaging 9.6 potential assists. Which, again, guys, the way that I like to look at this is if this number, this is just NBA. You can search NBA passing stats, and it's the NBA.com one. If this number's doubled the line that we need, that's what I like. And we'd need 6 to hit. So I'm looking for this more to be in the 11-12 range, and it's in the 9-10 range. But I guess I can't speak out both sides of my mouth, right? It's like if we have Embiid eating today, they're going to start doubling him when he goes off, and he's probably going to have some easy assist looks. So I'll admit that there is a little bit of, you know, credibility to if I think he's going to score a lot, the assists might come to flow, right? Nathan wants to look into points for Ant-Man. And he's definitely playing, right? I know last night, I guess he's ruled in, I would assume. Yeah, especially for a game like this. That was a dumb question. We never claimed to be smart, guys. 26.5 for plus 104. Hitting 2 straight games against the Sixers. That's good. Sixers, in terms of points allowed to the shooting guard position. Let's see what we got. Middle-ish of the pack. For plus money, I don't hate it. I guess his normal line may be more around 24 and 25.5. I don't hate it, don't love it though, Nathan. All right, what do we got? Biz throwing out Derek White 4 threes. The Juice. I wasn't gonna look into your comment about Caleb because you were saying Caleb Williams. I was like, dude, that's a college football player. Okay, let's look at Caleb Martin, the Juice. 2.5 assists. What's he looking at for assist chances per game? Because he just came back, right? Like, okay, so potential assist 3.5. Not all that great. Jimmy Butler's not in tonight, right? So I think his usage will go up. Let's filter out Jimmy Butler and see how he's done. All right, 1 of 2 this year. Last year, it's just the volume isn't there, man. He's definitely going to have an uptick of volume, and that's still a low line. So that's what I'll give you in terms of I don't mind it. He's listed as the power forward. I don't really think that, we're going to call him a power forward in this case. More of a small forward. But it's such a low number, man. And you're getting plus money. Such a low number for plus money. I can't help but like it-ish. Yeah, Dead Juice. I was literally like, Caleb Williams, is this guy trolling me right now? He hit in 6 of 7 games. Yeah, that's enticing, isn't it? That's enticing as all hell. I would say this, for the odds, I think it's worth a sprinkle. Right? Like I think you're looking at this and it's like, come on. A guy that's hit at this rate for that odds, plus 120, you got him at what, plus 115? Still fine. Yeah, I think you got it. You think you got to consider it. You got to consider it at least. All right, guys, a few more minutes doing this type of stuff. Let me know if you guys do like it. I want to know your thoughts. How how we should do this moving forward. If we should do it more often. We crank out so much content. I do it because I love it, and I do it because you guys make it easy to do, right? Like if I can come on here, go live, and talk to, we got nearly 170 in the building right now. Like, no kidding, that makes it easier to do. But years ago, we were doing this to 0 people. We were making videos for 5 people, right? Still getting up at 4:35 or so in the morning. It's all about the grind, but I'm doing it in a way that I want everyone to enjoy the content and understand the content. Like me going through, showing you guys Outlier, going through their trends and all this. Like, guys, why can't people share this more often? The selling picks, touting, I'm the best in the world. Like, it's all BS, man. It's all BS. If anyone's claiming that they're even, remotely close to 70%, like, okay, buddy, But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think of this. You can either do it in the chat here or in the comments. We'll stay live for a few more minutes here, but I also have other ideas that I want to bring to the channel here, doing this during games, maybe some watch parties, stuff like that as well. So yeah, just stuff like that. But all right, let's continue on here, guys. Got any more that we like? Let's look at some trends on Outlier. So guys, by the way, this is the DraftKings parlay that we put in earlier. Do we still have it here? Yeah, if you want to ride with this, we put this community slip in already. I just linked it. What this link will do is open up a way that you guys can just ride with it easily. It's pretty damn cool. But we have a 15+ parlay here. Shout out to Kevin. He donated and kind of called us out to do that. But let's look at some trends we have here from the player prop perspective over on Outlier. Jokic has exceeded 9.5 assists in 8 of his last 9 games again after a win, averaging 13. Interesting. Okay, and then if we go to centers, how are they doing against centers? How's Toronto doing against centers for assists? Well, they're the best in the entire league at preventing that, so we probably move right along past that one. Embiid failed to exceed 17 rebounds plus assists. Jokic exceeding 30, but they match up against centers fairly well, looks like. Is this just all Embiid and Jokic stuff? Let's scroll down and get some other guys involved here. Luka has failed to exceed 3.5 3-pointers in 11 of his 13 games as an underdog. But does that really matter? Like, is that a good one? I don't know. The Clippers, where are the Clippers? They're playing good enough defense against point guard threes. This trend screen is awesome, guys. You can just browse this for, look at this. This is how much is loaded. This is the little bar. Literally so many player props to go through. And that's just player props. Again, at the top of the screen, we could filter this to teams or all if we wanted to, which is really cool. So, and these are also pre-built same game parlays. This is a trending parlay that you can kind of suss out as well. So this is really cool for if, you know, you see when you go to FanDuel or whatever, and they have a parlay right at the top, or, you know, you go to FanDuel, go to NBA, and they have a parlay here. Boom, this is the parlay for plus 552 odds. You can use Outlier to kind of suss out, is it really worth it? Because individually, this is obviously a strong leg. Minus 145 for a guy that's only hitting 40%. Like, it's kind of like a, oh, that's interesting. Like, maybe this isn't all that worth it type of thing. Cool tool. But let's keep going here. We're looking at player props, right? Actually, so we got some under 20.5 Luka rebounds and assists. Don't mind it. Don't mind that at all, actually, because I do think that Luka, you know, we just looked at. Let's get to Luka here, right? Really quick. Failed to exceed. Where's he at? Another one. There's plenty, right? Has exceeded, but that's steals. Failed to exceed. Failed to exceed. Failed to exceed. Failed to exceed. Feel like those like Twitch, like, thank you for your start. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your like. Whatever you call those. But yeah. All right, let's see. All right, let's keep going. Actually, shout out to Lamont for the sticker there. Appreciate you. Simone Fontecchio, William Cola drops that, right? That was one that we gave in the video earlier today. I didn't lock it in as a final play. Let's actually look at, this was him over 3.5 rebounds. Let's look at what he's at right now, because I just almost like I couldn't get myself to trust it, right? But it was a spot that I really did not mind for his rebounds line. So the odds are still, let's see, it was 3.5. Plus 154 is even better now. Ooh, I don't hate it, guys. In his last, 20 we looked at, right? Or his last 10, he's hit in 6 of his last 10. He's starting at the, what did we say? The small forward position, was it? Yeah, and Cleveland here, small forwards. Let's see if we can maybe craft up. They're allowing the 5th most rebounds to opposing small forwards in their last 5 here. Last 7, it's not as good, but still fine. They're middle of the pack. I like this. It's plus 150 something now. That may be worth a sprinkle, because he's averaging 7 rebound chances per game, but he's grabbing less than half of those. I don't hate it. I talked about it earlier in the video. I definitely don't hate it. I don't hate his, where was it? His points and rebounds line either. I don't hate this line, but he's just too inconsistent for him, but he's shooting a lot. Like, look at this. He shot 14% last game. He's not going to do that every game, right? So I don't hate that. For that money at that rebounds, like, that's definitely worth looking into. It's, again, it was one of the first leans I gave in my NBA video today, right? So, yeah. Let's see. C-Flow saying Lakers game over 225.5 if Braun and Davis play. It was something I was thinking about, but just ultimately decided against it, because the Bulls right now are kind of in a limbo to me. Like, they were so bad. Now they're playing really well, but could they just, like, go back to what they were? Perhaps. Let's see. The Juice looking at Derek Jones over 1.5 steals, blocks. This is such a risky, you'll rarely see me pull the trigger on steals, blocks, right? Just because it is such a, like, a happenstance. Blocks, no, but steals, I don't care if you're a really good defender. Steals are tough to come by and tough to bet on, because think about this, guys. We'll go full screen for this just because I have a little rant to go on. The kind of BS stat in the NBA is how they record steals. It should be way more of a judgment call, but say I'm locking a dude up, which obviously I would. He's trying to go by me. No. If I poke him free and my teammate runs and gets the loose ball, my teammate's going to get credit. Actually, more often than not, I should say, because obviously they'll still make determining calls, but my teammate's going to get credit for that steal. And it's like, dude, I did all the hard work. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, Kevin disagrees on it. That's the reason I don't bet steals. I get it that it's kind of nice because you're really just paying the juice for most part, and it's a very similar 1.5 stat for most guys for steals and blocks, but I just can't get myself to confidently bet steals. I just can't. But to your point, like, look at this trend. He's getting 2 steals in every single game. If you're active on the defensive end, fine. but it's a good point. You know, Wildcat says they feel random. They're random to me. That's what it is. But guys, if you're making money betting steals, I'm not trying to tell you not to do it. I'm saying for me, I just have never had great luck with it, you know? Shaft says, oh, you're tuning into, so you commented on my video, now tuning into the live stream, so you're either a guppy that loves me secretly, or you do just love me. Utah looking ahead to Pistons tomorrow, ha ha. You commented on my video as well. You know what's crazy is that you're here commenting on my video with the second comment of the exact same thing. So do you think that you're winning this altercation, or are you tuning into my video, commenting something, being a guppy? Thank you for the engagement, I appreciate it. You're harping on one little thing. Why don't you start your own YouTube channel and then make sure you say everything correct 100% of the time and never get anything wrong, never stumble over your words, anything like that. How about that, Shaft? How about that, huh? Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for tuning into my videos and commenting the same thing. It's such a dweeb. We got a guppy alert in the chat. Nathan is right. And that's how you body guppies. Go ahead. Talk your smack, Shaft. It's a slip of the tongue. Utah's looking ahead to Detroit. I get it. They do have a back-to-back. They're looking ahead to their back-to-back. Such a dweeb. All right. Derek Jones here. You're paying a bunch of juice, though. That's the only issue. Minus 184? You know what I mean? Like, that's tough. That's tough. But it's juice for a reason. Let's see. That was right at the blocks and steals comment, too. Okay. All right, Kevin. You know what? That's a good point. Steals kind of, they hand, like, loose balls. I would even say maybe 5 years ago, right? Loose balls didn't always get like the recording of the steal, right? It could just be a loose ball. Shaft, we're good. Don't worry. I'm not if I call someone a guppy, I know when they're a guppy. If you're not a guppy, that's all good. Don't worry about it, man. But steals, it's kind of crazy to compare now to a long time ago, because there could be a loose ball, a guy dives on it, and it wouldn't be a steal like 5 years ago, right? Now it's like someone's getting credit for that steal. So that's a good point, Kevin. That's a damn good point. That's a good point. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Only a couple more minutes here. Kevin, you gotta chill. Kevin's donating again. Hey, guppies can enjoy the show too. Like, Shaft, you say it's a joke. No, I'm just kidding. But appreciate you, Kevin. Another $2. Appreciate that. We're gonna get some. Be kind of cool to get some effects on the stream too, and people donate and follow and all that type of thing. So we'll see. But yeah, guys, we'll stream for a few more minutes. Maybe what, 10 more minutes or so. Games are about to tip off, not kick off. But nonetheless, what else we got here? I see you guys still throwing in some plays. I don't even remember what we were just talking about. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and Shaft, it's not picking on you, but it's like I make the video, I acknowledge the guppies and everything like that, right? Like I acknowledge that. That's all good. You can acknowledge haters. We're all having a good time here. I have a brand literally called Fade Me. Do you think I really take myself seriously and say that I'm the best or walk around with my nose held high? Hell no. Hell no. I'm wrong plenty. Addison coming in with a donation. Appreciate that. And it's your first, I'm getting a little notification that's your first super chat ever. So appreciate you. Damn. You guys are absolutely awesome. Like, you don't need to donate. No one needs to donate. I don't hate that you do. Definitely supports us. But I appreciate the hell out of this. Guys. I do think that we should go live more often if it fits into the schedule, because it's fun to do. It's fun to do, man. Merry Christmas to you too, Kevin. 6:44 Eastern time. Games don't tip off until the first one's at 7, right? Yeah, we'll go. Why don't we just go? We'll do this. We'll go right up until game time. How's that sound? Addison, can you check out De'Aaron Fox for over on 3 points? Hell yeah. You know, you donate, go to the top of the line. I think that I'm honest enough and transparent enough to acknowledge that, right? It's like you're trying to get into a bar or something. You slip the bouncer at 5. He's like, get in there. It's like, okay. De'Aaron Fox, this is also in our same game parlay that we built for the Celtics and Kings game. We took De'Aaron Fox over 2 plus 3s. I know his line's at 2.5. Don't hate that whatsoever. We have this template that we've built, if it ever loads. Celtics over the last 15 allowing the most threes to opposing point guards here, and the dude's been shooting enough volume, right? 8.4 attempts per game in his last 5. You look at it from an entire season, 8.3 attempts. The dude's attempting double digits sometimes. His line is 2.5. Minus 160 is a lot of juice, but I like the spot. Again, we'll show you what I'm talking about. Point guards, last 15, 3-pointers made. Celtics top the list. I think De'Aaron Fox has a nice night tonight. From 3. We took him 1.5 in our same game parlay. We took him 20 plus points in our same game parlay. You're asking about points now. It started out at 29 or 28.5 too, and then it was kind of like, ooh, they're bumping it up. So 30.5 I don't like as much, but again, like this is a Celtics team. Let's go back to that defense first position. Celtics team averaging in the last 15 third most points to the point guard position. So I think it's worth a flyer. I do. I think he goes for 30 plus tonight. Chasing the bag says Jalen Brunson over rebounds. Happy holidays. Guys, appreciate the hell out of you. Man, this is awesome. This is support. These are the real ones. Appreciate the hell out of that. Let's look at Jalen Brunson here. Rebounds. Spencer Dinwiddie, that doesn't like that matchup in terms of boxing out and whatnot. That doesn't really deter me. Look at this. This is talk about our jinx. Let me talk about this really quick, and then we'll get into that, okay? Rebounds and assists, right? Yesterday it was at 9.5. Look at Brunson in his last 10 games, and we took him last night. Or 2 nights ago. I'm a jinx, I'll tell you, because he was crushing this line. But all right, rebounds here. 4.5 right now for plus money. I don't necessarily hate that for those odds. Point guard rebounding. Looks like Brooklyn boxes out a decent amount. So they're second fewest. But he's a physical guy. Let's see what he's averaging for rebound chances here. 7.3. So that is... probably a little too low. I'd defer away from this one, I guess. Just a little bit. Mendy says, we should do what Book It Sports does. Mendy, if you want to DM me on X at EvGuyBoston, it's right here, and explain it to me. I know Book It with Trent and whatnot, but I don't watch the stream all that much. So maybe we could do something like that. I'm pretty sure he brings people in via video. I don't even know. I mean, we just figured out how to get this thing up and running before this. So I think that could be a good, future thing. But let's see. Arian saying, don't even entertain those bums, bro. This is where and not to say that I fully disagree. I understand that we shouldn't give haters spotlights and stuff like that, right? I get that. But at the same time, like, if you respond to hate in the right way, in a joking way and stuff like that, it humanizes the whole interaction, because I don't think that these people mean what they're saying behind a keyboard, In the minute, I would say 9 times out of 10, every time I respond, someone's like, oh, like, no, I was just kidding. Like, look at what Shaft said. Now, he's probably telling the truth that he was kidding, but it was like, the response is, no, I was just kidding. Like, that's what I assume is coming. So even when I look serious or I'm saying that, and I don't know if Shaft's still in here, but it's like you came at me, I'll go at you. If we're all agreeing that we're just joking at the end of the day, regardless of what's happening in the middle, why does it matter, right? It's okay to acknowledge hate. Feeding into it, getting stressed about it, letting it mess up your day-to-day, I think, is a problem. But I got thick skin. I got thick skin. People are going to say what they want. They don't boo nobody, so it's okay, But, and yeah, Nathan says they just trolling, just like how you and your friends do. So that's kind of how I view it. It's like, if my buddy, which we always shit on each other, and he just shits on me, it's like, I'm not going to just not acknowledge it. Like, we'll jab back. Like, it's what it is. So I get it. Don't give them a time of day. It's what they want. I agree with all that. Arian, I think you're the one that said that, right? But it's like, I'll determine what's actual hate and what's not. Yeah, like Shaft saying he lives in Detroit. Like, if I respond to hate, and Shaft's a good example of this, I don't think I actually think it's hate. Like, we can go at it. Like, what was my angle to you, Shaft? You're commenting on my videos. Who's winning this one, right? Like, I wasn't like, get out of here, you stupid piece of, like, no. And we called haters guppies. Come on, we're not taking this thing too seriously. Or you shouldn't be, right? Like, no one should be. Even if you are hating on these videos, that's when you have to step back and be like, Is Ev from Guy Boston Sports really bothering me that much? I shouldn't be, man. I shouldn't be. I'm a dummy with a microphone and a camera. If that's bothering somebody, they got problems, right? But Shaft, I appreciate you sticking around and saying it's a joke. If I come off too serious, then it's just the same type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not bothering me. Don't worry about that. But I do apologize if I come off a little, because just jabbing back. Chasing another $2 donation. You guys are going to go bankrupt up in here. Trying to get paid. Positive vibes only. Appreciate the hell out of that. Let's get back to some picks. We've got 10 minutes left. We're going to stop it at 7. But let's run up the likes here. We got 165 in the stands right now. I don't know if that's up to date. 165 in the building, but only 80-ish likes. 80-ish likes. Talk about hate, huh? Talk about hate. Let's see. Raphael says, what are the picks for the Celtics same game parlay? So the Celtics same game parlay, we got 5 legs. I think it was plus 126 odds, which isn't all that great, but we took some heavy alternate lines here. We rolled with De'Aaron Fox 20 plus points, De'Aaron Fox 2 plus 3-pointers made, Jaylen Brown 20 plus points, Derek White, did we go 12 plus? 15 plus points, I think, and then Drew Holiday 4 plus rebounds. Which usually we'll like to, do a short and make that more clear. But hey, it pays to be here live, right? You guys get to see it. Not that you have to follow it or anything like that, but it pays to be here live. You kind of get the scoop on what we're doing and putting it together. This is one of the best comments I've ever seen. Kokomo Joe says, my girl be like, you got this guy on the TV all day, every day. That is perfect. Oh, I love that. Joe, that is awesome. All of a sudden, she's going to start being like, hey, did you see the parlay that I placed? You're going to be like, well, who the hell are you? What are you doing placing a parlay? Oh, that's awesome, man. Let's see. Ooh, Hector saying DeMar points against his future team. Interesting. Let's see. Najee Alexander says, how much do you usually put on your parlays? So my same game parlays, I've been doing 1 unit. If you don't know what a unit is, it's essentially 2 ways of looking at this. I use the simple definition of it's just your normal bet amount. If you normally put $50 on a game, that's your unit, okay? Most people would say it's 1% or 2% of your starting bankroll, but I just say it's your normal bet size. My same game parlays, I put a unit on. When we go kind of crazy and whatnot, I think that we look at more of like a half unit, maybe a quarter unit when we're looking at, plus 200 or blah, blah, blah like that. That seems like it's a little bit, more, I would normally say, or less for more odds, I would usually say. But yeah, John says keeping unit size is consistent. Yeah, guys, I'll say this, and I'm a huge believer in this. If you, sorry, one sec, just responding to something. But if you always keep the same unit size and kind of, I would guess, bet for the thrill of winning versus the thrill of your bank account going up, because a lot of the times it's going to go down for that moment in time and whatnot, right? So if you bet for the thrill of winning and getting it right, you could put 10 cents on a game and it should get the juices flowing. So keep your unit size consistent, because as long as you have that, I guess you could say, well, if you're super confident in something, then you can say, okay, 1.5 units, and you still have a measurement versus say you're, betting $10 a game, right? And it's like, oh, I love this pick, I'm going to bet $100 on it. That is a 10 unit play. Like, that's not okay. You got to stay consistent versus if you're really confident, a 1.5 unit play on $10 would be like a $15 bet, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 150% of what you normally would bet, which that's a crazy number, right? That's a crazy lift. If you're a business that grew 50% that year, damn, that's a lot. So I would say keep your unit size consistent and don't defer from that. Your unit size can go up over time, but again, like, you don't just go from betting $10 to being at the bar with buddies being like, I'm gonna throw $200 in this game. That's a 200 or 20 unit play. That's absolutely crazy. Let's see. Addison says, what's the same game parlay for the Celtics? Can you post it on Discord? I can post it on Discord. I don't have Discord up right now. I'll get that in there. Guys, by the way, DM me on Discord or on Twitter we are looking for more mods in the Discord because it's getting out of hand. We got, I think near 5,000 people in it. Dennis does a great job in there. But guys, looking for more mods and moderators for people just to clean it up, run little events in there and whatnot. So if you're interested and want to take it seriously, go ahead and message me on Discord or message me on Twitter. But, let's see. What was I saying? Oh, same game parlay. I'll say it here, and then we can try and get it in there. So, De'Aaron Fox, 20 plus points. De'Aaron Fox, 2 plus threes. Jaylen Brown, 20 plus points. Derek White, 15 plus points. And Drew Holiday, 4 plus rebounds. I wish I did that in Outlier and could give you guys that link. The community slip we put in together of 3 guys for 15 plus is this right here for decent odds if you guys do want to tail it there. We'll kind of keep track of this. So, Derek Harris. I read your name and went Najee Harris in my brain. I'm so dumb. Derek White makes me nervous, but no Jason Tatum tonight. So I kind of like him to, be that next shooter, right? It's going to be Porzingis, Brown, and White. Like, who else? That's what it would be. Shaft, you're never going to let it go, man. You're never going to let it go, but I appreciate us both being here to face the music in a sense, right? We're good. You know what? I hope the Pistons win tonight, and I'm going to message you being like, hey, told you Utah was, I hope that Utah's looking ahead to them, and they get worn out tonight and all that. How do I feel about Sabonis tonight? Let's look into Sabonis here. I realized we just had Jalen Brunson getting a cameo appearance on the screen this whole time, huh? Sabonis, what do we like for Sabonis? We can look into it there, Don, if you give me something, because I think he's going to have a fine game, right? If you look at the Celtics against centers, it's not like they're the world-beating of defenses, right? Not the best, but let's show you where they're at. Last 15, when I looked at this earlier, kind of middle of the road for points. Rebounds, they prevent, but, Sabonis is a beast. Assists, same thing. Not world-beating, but definitely a tough matchup, but I do think, or tough-ish matchup, but I do think that he's kind of a guy that, can go beyond a matchup, if that makes sense. But yeah, let me know what we're looking at. We're looking at DeRozan in the meantime, because again, a few more minutes, guys, and we're taking off. Mindset says DeMar DeRozan. If I could spell DeMar. Points, you said. Points. What are we looking at for points here? 22.5. He's definitely shooting enough. 17 average. Well, he shot 30 there, so I guess it's kind of... So 15 average. He's getting the start at, obviously, we'll confirm here. Getting the start at the small forward position. Small forward points here. The Lakers... Damn, are they kind of locking up? Yeah, they're kind of locking up small forwards recently, huh? And on the year, too. They're kind of middle of the pack. And they're a good 2-point field goal percentage team using Outlier down here. I'd probably stick away from DeMar, but he's one of those guys, again, matchup regardless. This guy can give you 23 points, right? For sure. All right, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in here. I think we're going to start wrapping it up. But, damn, appreciate the hell out of everyone. Appreciate the donations. We had a couple Fade Me orders during the stream, too, which... Fade Me is like a walk around with Fade Me telling people to do the opposite of your picks is kind of a, I took it as like almost a challenge in a sense. I was like, you know what? Like, I like that thought of being able to have fun with it and all that. And the brand's growing. So I appreciate the hell out of you guys, but appreciate the donations. And we'll try and go live a little bit more. I do think, that this is fun, that there's a lot to it. And I'm big on the, why can't we just show the behind the scenes type of crap as sports bettors, right? Right? Like we've been 58%, 57%, and 58% in the last 3 NBA seasons. Everyone should be willing to admit that they lose almost half the time. We're lucky to be that good at it. I know that we've been terrible as of late, but we have 3 years of profit on this channel, right? So it's like, I'm not worried about it long term. We're in a rut for sure. We're in a rut, the Womp Womp would say. But we'll get out of it. But, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Again, last chance to hit that like button. Would appreciate the hell out of it if you did. And, yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.